So one thing you'll notice here, I've got the 4 disk, the one that I created through Quick Create. That one's ready, and I can connect to that. One of the things I wanted to show you here is the SQL one. If I go here and say, okay, let me go take a look at my disks, which is here, this tab up here, I can see these are the disks, and I can see which ones are running. And so you'll see, here's the SQL one that's running, okay? And so if I actually look over here as to where it is, okay? There we go. So you see the location that it is this blob account, this storage account that I've got. It's terrible, I'm sorry. I should practice that. And so if I go take a look at that storage account, what I'm going to use here is Cloud Explorer, which is a third-party tool that's really great at visualizing Windows Azure storage accounts. And so here you can see, let me just refresh this. And here is the SQL Server VHD that's running in my machine right now. It's actually booting and provisioning as we speak. And so you can sort of see the date modified is, of course, right now. Right? And so it is changing as we speak. I can do refresh, and there it went up a few seconds. And so that's writing to it as it goes. You add data disks to it. So this is, and really interesting things that you can do is now I can say, okay, I've got this disk. Let's just go copy this. And let me go to this other location and hit paste. Because it's Windows Azure Storage, it's a shadow copy, and so it's a copy and write, so it's done. And so now I have taken this 32 gig VM that's running. Of course, it's running as we speak, so it's probably not advisable to just copy it while it's running. So not necessarily a best practice, but it is possible to do this. And so I could now go and mount this guy, and I can boot him, and it will come up and say, oh, it looks like he didn't shut down cleanly, because of course I didn't. But I have that backup, right? And I can go spin up another VM even if I wanted to from that. And so that's just the power of the underlying storage system. And to show you sort of a little bit more of the, let me go through sort of the full from gallery experience here, because this will show you more of what that provisioning process does. I will again, let's see. I'll do BizTalk on this one. Okay, and so here again, the virtual machine name, so I can pick whatever machine name I want. Pick a password. So all of this will end up in an unattended file. Pick a size. Okay, and so here what's interesting is that, and I'll talk briefly about it later, I can pick standalone or I can pick to connect it to an existing VM. And so if I want to spin up, let's say, SharePoint Farm, and Paul will talk about this later, I can actually have these guys all connect to the same, all connect together such that they can talk to each other, and you sort of make a subnet connectivity between them. And so this is one way to do that. And I can pick the DNS name. Let's say I'm going to build a sort of an outward-facing solution. Okay, pick my storage account that I want to use. Okay. And availability sets I will talk about later, but that's how you get high availability. And so that then allows me to go in, and I have just gone through and provisioned that full VM. Okay, great. Let me go back.